Welcome back to our silk reeling series. Today we're going to add some legs into it and start doing some walking. This is one of those practices that gets insanely pedantic really fast, and if you worry about it too much, it's very easy to get lost in that rabbit hole. And once you start feeling it, it's all going to become much simpler to you. So if I have any advice in this, it's pay less attention to what I say and try and get a little more into just feeling this out for yourself. It will really help if you've been watching our walking series, or Tai Chi walking series, Tai Chi walk, the Tai Chi walk basic, forward especially. And I also did another one, Tai Chi walking with fluid hip movement, I called it, because I wanted to start talking about this sort of energy in the walk without having actually recorded this silk reeling series yet and knowing that I was going to, so I kept it a little vague. Hopefully we're going to get rid of the vagueness today. And as a quick refresher, if you haven't watched the Tai Chi walk series, it's starting out in a gong bu. So rear foot 45 degrees, front foot straight ahead. Most of my weight is forward. I bring my weight back. I allow my toes to turn out 45 degrees. I step forward. I bring my foot up nice and close. It goes out on a semicircle arc. I place my heel down. I place my toes down. I transfer my weight forward till most of my weight is forward, and I am now in a gong bu on the other side. And my walk is just going to continue that way. Okay. Stepping out, drop back, toes, turn, step, heel, toe, transfer weight, drop the weight back, toes out, step forward, and back, toes out, step forward, and back, toes out, stepping forward, transferring weight back. I highly recommend that you spend some time getting that into your muscles and bones and mind and all the various places it can go, and spend a serious amount of time doing our XY axis silk reeling, drawing the circle, and the last one where we started doing it in a stationary gong bu stance. We're going to put all those together now. I like to start the walking pattern focusing on the X and Z axis, this table wiping, bath stirring sort of axis, because it really helps to figure out the hip movement that's going on as we take our walks. If I start out in a gong bu, left leg 45 degrees, right leg straight ahead, most of my weight is forward. As I walk and I drop back and I feel this circling around, right? This pulling back that is going to open up these front toes. So they move out on a 45-degree angle. Then that energy is going to come forwards as I step through and out into my next gong bu. From here, it keeps going around, the weight drops back and creates a little S movement, that little squiggle. And as it comes around, it opens me back up. So this leg can free up and move 45 degrees. And then I can transfer weight and I can get my squiggle going and my big circle. So the walk is following our half circle, squiggle, half circle pattern, in that it is doing a positive circle, squiggles, then does the negative circle and squiggles, or the yang circle and squiggles, and then the negative and the yin circle and then squiggles. And we really want to try and get that feeling going as we do the walk. We want our hips to feel that squiggle, that movement, the big circles, and the direction changes. So more than trying to get it like just exactly right and dialed in, if we just take a gongbu, right? And I drop back, and I kind of drop back to the corner, come back into the center, go to the other corner. As I come around, this is my squiggle, right? So I'm just feeling a squiggle. Squiggle. Right? Come back, wraps around, opens up the whole thing. And then from here, I draw my half circle. My half circle goes out nice and big. And then I squiggle. Nice and big. Squiggle. Nice and big. Squiggle. So I'm always looking to do that half circle, squiggle pattern. If it helps, you can do an arm movement that goes along with it. Helps in visualization, and also it's just, you know, it is Tai Chi. So from my rear position here, everything's drawn back in. I reach out, I do my half circle as I come forward. I then want to squiggle as I drop back, stir the water in the bath, come around, palm up, stepping through, opening up and forward to our palm down. Squiggle as we come back. Drawing in and around, half circle. I will attempt to do that towards the camera. I'm going to run out of room extremely fast. Also, this practice does take a bit of room, so I hope you've got it or can get it, or go for a walk in a park. Rear foot 45 degrees, front foot straight ahead. Try with the other hand here. So if my weight is back, right, and I want to open up, transferring my weight, do a big half circle. Come out to the front, get my squiggle going. Squiggle, opens up the front foot, stepping through. Nice and big, squiggle. Just like so. Again, you can get hung up on the details and making sure everything is at the right point in the right place. There's a time and a place for that. I think when you're getting into it, just try and go with the flow. See if you can get that feeling that we've been working on in our silk reeling, that coiling energy, that smooth, sliding, silky, circular, spiraling, squiggling energy where stuff is just keeping moving all the time. Just translate that into your hips the best you can, and this pattern is going to come out. Like, you're just going to go, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, you meant just like that? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Tai Chi is a lot like that. When you get it, you're going to go, oh man, it's so much simpler than I was making it, or so much simpler than the teacher was explaining it. Once we have it on our X and Z axis, then we really want to translate this into our XY axis and have the hand in front of us, drawing our yin yang. And it's going to work on the same pattern and principle of doing half circle, squiggle, half circle, squiggle, just combining it onto a different axis now. So for this one, I would start out my bow and arrow stance. My right leg is forward, my right hand is up. As I draw back, I'm going to go counter, twist, and then as I come forwards, it goes up. As I come backwards, it comes down. All right? Forwards, up, backwards, down. Up, so we go forwards, squiggle, dropping back. As I hit the bottom of that circle, everything is rotating out. I do a half circle as I step through. Weight is forwards, palm is down, hand is up. Squiggle. As I hit the bottom of that, rotate, half circle to the top, and I'm back to where I started. Squiggle, and forwards. I don't know what she's doing up there, but she's annoying Mom. So again, it's the simple pattern: half circle, squiggle, half circle, squiggle. And if I describe it too much, it gets really confusing really fast. Try and feel it out. If you really want an in-depth play-by-play thing of it, Zhou Songhua's book. And believe me, I spent weeks just trying to figure it out just from the description. The description is dead accurate, but sometimes written words don't really translate into feelings. And when you get the feeling, you're just like, ah, right. That was so much simpler than I was making it out. The next thing that you would find in there is, rather than just continuing on with one hand, what we're going to start doing is we're going to start doing a little bit of a hand off, a trade off, kind of like what we were doing in our doubles. This all interrelates if you couldn't tell already. In that, I'm here, I drop back, I do my, I'm here, forward, squiggle back, right? And as I step forward here, rather than come forward and step up this way, what I'm going to do is, as this is coming down, I'm going to hand off to my other hand, right? And my other hand is going to rotate in, and it's going to do its half circle. It's going to do a squiggle. It's going to go up, so we come to the top, and then as it comes back down, I'm going to switch hands. So this one now goes forward and up, squiggles down, forward and up, transferring weight. And as it comes down, I pass off to the other hand, forwards, back down, and around. Again, super pedantic descriptions of trying to get that right. Honestly, the best thing you can do is just play with it, and when it clicks, it's gonna click. You're just handing off your focus. You're still doing the exact same patterns. You're still doing half circle, squiggles, half circle. You're just, as things are moving, you're transferring it into another hand. You're doing pattern with the other hand, right? And it just keeps going over and over and over again. And you can walk this forwards and you can walk this backwards and you can try all sorts of different patterns and variations. And there's a ton of suggestions in that book, places for you to go. I will say again, I just like to recommend to people, play little games with yourself. Make it a kid's game. What happens if I do this? How do I try this? Oh, okay, I've got that working. What's the opposite of that? I've got that working now. Now what happens if I switch my legs but keep my arms the same? And onwards and onwards and onwards and onwards. Like I said in the beginning of this, this is probably my favorite Tai Chi practice because conceptually it is extremely simple. We're still doing the exact same stuff. We're still making circles. We're still doing squiggles. We're still breathing. Now we're just transferring our weight back and forth and we're taking some steps with it and we're seeing what happens. We're seeing how things move and we're trying out every single possible variation and combination that we can think of. There is literally no end to the depths of this practice. Honestly, if you develop a practice of 20 minutes of standing meditation and 20 minutes of silk reeling a day, I don't necessarily know that you really need anything else. You're gonna get pretty much everything that Tai Chi has to offer the common person. The only thing you'd technically probably be missing out on is some martial applications and some weapons, which don't come into that frequent a use in our modern society. Therefore, I'd say if you're looking to only do two things, stand and spiral. I hope that provides some inspiration for you. Have fun with it. More than anything, just go with the flow. If you got any questions or comments on it, please fire them down below. I will do my best to answer them without sounding too pedantic. And if necessary, I'll make future videos on this trying to explain it a little more or better, or I don't know, from a different point of view. Maybe I'll create a handout or something. Oh, thank you for joining me. Take care.